Chatterjee should be relieved. In a letter that has been put out, it says, and I quote, Partha Chatterjee, Minister in charge, Department of Industry, Commerce and Enterprises, Information Technology and Electronics, Parliamentary Affairs and Public Enterprises of West Bengal, is hereby relieved of his duties as Minister in charge. Tamal joins us for more details on this. Tamal, Mamata Banerjee said if he's been found guilty, action should be taken. Finally, the party has taken some action, so they believe that he is guilty.
Well, that's right. This is the notification which has been issued by the government of West Bengal. We are showing this notification first on Times Now. This is the Mega Times Now news break, exclusive on Times Now. Government of West Bengal, Home and Hills Affairs Department. Shri Partha Chatterjee, Minister in charge, Department of Industry, Commerce and Enterprises, Department of Information Technology and Electronics, Department of Parliamentary Affairs and Department of Public Enterprises and Industrial Reconstruction. Government of West Bengal is hereby relieved of his duties as Minister in charge of the aforesaid departments with effect from 28th day of July 2022, which means yesterday. From yesterday, he has been removed from the ministry. So yes, Mamata Banerjee government has finally taken action against Partha Chatterjee, one who has been arrested by Enforcement Directorate under the charges of Prevention of Money Laundering Act, whose association with Arpita Mukherjee has also led to the recovery of huge sum of money from Arpita Mukherjee's residences. One who is being accused of simply not conspiring but also being instrumental in the alleged SSC scam. One who is alleged to be instrumental in other scams, one who is accused of amassing so much of liquid cash and wealth from proceeds of crime, has hereby been removed from Mamata Banerjee's cabinet. He has been sacked. It's safe to say that Mamata Banerjee, the government of Mamata Banerjee, has removed Partha Chatterjee from the cabinet. A big decision taken by Mamata Banerjee government. We have to understand there had been several political allegations against Mamata Banerjee government as why she is tolerating a man who is accused of such a humongous scam. But hereby the government has taken decision. A cabinet meeting happened today without Partha Chatterjee. A cabinet meeting has been called on Monday, which would once again be without Partha Chatterjee. Why? Because he has been now removed from all the ministries he used to hold. We'd like to show the document once again. Shri Partha Chatterjee, Minister in charge, Department of Industry, Commerce and Enterprises, Department of Information Technology and Electronics, Department of Parliamentary Affairs and Department of Public Enterprises and Industrial Reconstruction. Government of West Bengal is hereby relieved of his duties as Minister in charge of the aforesaid departments with effect from the 28th day of July 2022, which means Partha Chatterjee has now been removed from the ministry. He is no longer a minister, one who has been arrested by Enforcement Directorate. The government has gone ahead and sacked him. Will the party also take a similar step? We have to wait and see, because the party has also called for a disciplinary
and that is going to be my next question, Tamal, because TMC spokesperson Kunal Ghosh earlier in the day said that Partha Chatterjee should be removed from all party posts and also expelled from the party as well. Is that what we are going to see next?
Well, that's right. We have to now see whether the party takes a similar step. The party has called for a disciplinary committee meeting today at 5 in the evening, and we have to now see as whether he is also being removed from the party. Mind it, Partha Chatterjee is also member of the disciplinary committee of Trinamool Congress. Mind it, Partha Chatterjee holds the post of Secretary General of Trinamool Congress. So whether the party would also go ahead and take a decision of this kind, because there had been a lot of questions volleyed against Trinamool Congress. There had been a lot of questions raised against Mamata Banerjee government as whether the party and the government had any iota of the conduct of the minister who had been for the past several years allegedly amassing wealth as proceeds of crime. So whether the party and the government can also defend the action of Partha Chatterjee. Well, we have seen Mamata Banerjee suggesting that if somebody is guilty, prove that guilt in the court of law, but do not create perception, do not use agencies' work politically to create perception against opposition parties. But then we have also seen as how opposition parties had been mounting pressure on the Trinamool Congress government of Mamata Banerjee, as why is the party and the government silent on on Partha Chatterjee, as whether that also in a way suggests endorsement of the crime. Well, it doesn't really suggest endorsement of the crime anymore, because Partha Chatterjee has now been sacked from all the ministerial portfolios he held. Now a letter has also been sent to the governor of the state and as who these portfolios would be given to. That decision would also be announced. But for the time being, the news that you are breaking here first on Times Now, Partha Chatterjee has been removed from the ministry. He used to hold 3 ministries, and from all those 3 ministries he has been removed. So we would like to show the document once again. Here it is: Partha Chatterjee, Minister in charge, Department of Industry, Commerce and Enterprises, Department of Information Technology and Electronics, Department of Parliamentary Affairs and Department of Public Enterprises and Industrial Reconstruction, Government of West Bengal is hereby relieved of his duties. Relieved of his duties mean that he has been sacked. He is no longer a part of Mamata Banerjee
stay on the line with us, because the BJP has been saying that this could not have happened without the knowledge of Mamata Banerjee. Whether relieving Partha Chatterjee is also going to be a respite for the TMC when it comes to the barbs from the opposition. Amit Malviya of the BJP now joining us. Your first reaction, Mr. Malviya?
Well, given the overwhelming evidence of the cash, jewelry, property papers and foreign exchange recovered from Partha Chatterjee's close aide's home, Mamata Banerjee really had no option but to sack him as the minister. But what is important is that he still continues to remain the powerful General Secretary of the TMC, somebody responsible for the disciplinary committee and close to Mamata Banerjee. So this is just an eyewash, because clearly Mamata Banerjee had no moral grounds to cover Partha Chatterjee anymore. Also that the BJP has hit the ground in Bengal. Lakhs of people have turned out in the streets of Kolkata demanding that he be sacked, and therefore Mamata Banerjee was left with no option. But she still continues to defend Partha. He continues to remain a general secretary in the party. She has not suspended him from the primary membership of the TMC, because she's fearful of the fact that he could spill beans and tell the investigating agencies a lot more than what is quite obvious. It is quite natural that Mamata Banerjee is complicit in the scam, and she fears that her name will emerge sooner than later.
She has at least taken the action against him. She has relieved him as a minister. We do not know what is going to be the next course of action. Don't you think that the man who is in the ED net, who has specific charges against him, at least Mamata Banerjee has been has taken this step of cracking down on him? And should that not be enough?
Well, this is no crackdown. This is being in a position where you have no option. Let's not forget that the Calcutta High Court has been hearing this matter for some time. It is them, based on various sources and evidences, that they ordered an investigation. And a result of that is that ED has found this kind of cash. So Mamata Banerjee is not being benevolent here. She just has no option.
No, so what you're saying, if he's good enough to be sacked as a mantri, how can he still be in a party? That's a big charge by the BJP. And Mr. Malviya, if I could ask you this, the BJP leaders who spoke to Times Now over the last few days have said that we will demand Mamata's resignation.
Well, she is the one who's responsible for all the scam in Bengal, including the SSC recruitment scam. Nothing in Bengal in TMC moves without her knowledge or her consent. Partha Chatterjee was a mere instrument, a front for all that was happening. Mamata Banerjee was clearly in the know of everything, and by now sacking Partha Chatterjee at such a late moment, she has really not done anybody any favor. She knew of it all along. This money that has been recovered is the spoils of the proceeds of crime, and Mamata Banerjee will also be held accountable as the investigation goes ahead. That is our hope.
And my final question to you, Mr. Malviya, are you suggesting that this is an admission of taint by the TMC?
Well, they had no option. The High Court has found evidence and ordered investigation. The ED has found volumes of obscene amount of cash. Do you really think that they could have done anything else other than sack him?
All right. Thank you.